Good morning, friends. Ash here, WAT News, with some news and election updates. And today, it feels like to me when I woke up, it was the day of days. Like Band of Brothers almost, you know? And that's what we are, this band of brothers and sisters who are fighting for our country, right? We're fighting for our liberty again. Just like back in 1776. And you know, I have friends in different countries. I know people from all over the world, and sometimes some of the people I know from Europe and things say, why you Americans got so much emotion? Why are you so angry and this and that? And you know, I thought about it, and you know, you can't put everyone in a box, right? But if you think about the United States, it was a country that unfortunately was started under violence, right? We had to physically take our power back from Great Britain, right? We fought against the pretty much largest military force on earth, and we won with no regular army. Now think about that for a second. You're talking about a bunch of people that most of them were not schooled in war. They had no idea about war. Most of these people were farmers and people who just wanted to live a quiet life, right? What's happening right now? People are streaming into DC, right? They're angry. They're upset. They feel that the election was not fair in this country. And that's where we are. And, you know, these people who are in the government and who are in power, they rule by the consent of the governed, right? You don't rule in perpetuity. You don't rule unless the governed say you rule. And what that means is that you only rule as long as the public allows you to rule, right? And if you lose your way, or if you become something that you weren't when you first started, and the people see it, then they get angry. And this is a pro-Trump Marine goes off on DC police after they may stop the steel protesters. We had your effing back, but we ain't got your back no more. Let's check it out.
Because you don't want to fucking protect the Constitution. So you lost both sides of support. We had your fucking back, but we ain't got your back no more. We're the business owners. We're the veterans. We're the veterans. We're the business owners. We had your back, but we ain't got your back no more. We don't got your back no more. Because you don't got our back.
Heads are gonna roll. Heads are gonna roll.
So we had your back until you didn't have ours. And so now you don't have ours. So now I'm a Marine. I know we got other Marines out here. We ain't got your back no more.
Fucking 6
You better have our back, and you better have our back, or we're gonna fucking show you.
So there it is, right? You can't protect one side and not the other, right? You can't let BLM hide behind you while they attack people on the other side and then run back behind the cops where they're protected, right? So there it is. Hoorah. President Trump tweets out big news in Pennsylvania. State senators ask for election certification to be delayed due to questionable activities. Cassandra Fairbanks, Gateway. Still got problems in Pennsylvania, right? President Trump tweeted out big news on Tuesday evening in the form of a letter from members of the Pennsylvania Senate asking for election certification to be delayed while they await a Supreme Court ruling. The letter was addressed to Mitch McConnell and stated that after speaking with our colleagues, a majority of the state Senate is troubled by the many inconsistencies that happened in our Commonwealth during the 2020 election. The letter was signed by President Pro Tempore Jake Corman, Majority Leader Kim Ward, Senator Judy Ward, and Senator Kristen Phillips Hill. So yeah, I mean, you got to let the process go through. I know you want to certify this fraudulent election so quick, but you know, you got to first go through a process, right? Senators said that due to numerous unlawful violations taken by Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf, Secretary of State Kathy Boockvar, and the rogue state Supreme Court, the balance of power was taken from the state legislature, who by the U.S. and PA Constitution set the time, place, and manner of holding elections. Yeah. By the way, I forgot about this other issue, right? Interesting, right? When the police, which is the policy, right? The police enforce the policy of the government, right? They are the policy man. That's what I call them. And so sometimes, and by the way, I got respect for the police because I know it's a hard job. I see what they do in New York, and it's not easy. And I get it. And I think the majority of cops are good people. And I think, unfortunately, they're stuck in a system that is wrong. And are there bad cops? Oh, yeah. And you can go back and maybe I'll do a New York history one where if you look back at sort of the history of New York, at one time all the police were only Irish, right? And there was a lot of graft that went on in the department. And so a lot of these police departments are actually formed in a way that's sort of not the right way, right? So if the policy man comes up to you and he says, "Do you understand me?" Right? Cops like to use that term. Do you understand me? Right? You say, "No, sir, I do not understand you. I overstand you because I pay your salary, sir. You are a public servant. You serve the public good." Okay? You shouldn't be the policy man. You should be serving the public good because the public is who pays your salary, the taxpayer. It's just my take on it, friends. Breaking. As GOP pulls ahead in Georgia Senate races, Democrat county stops counting votes for the night. Where have we seen this happen before, right? We just saw this before, and now they're doing the same thing again. A Democrat-leaning Georgia county called it quits for the night with thousands of votes yet to be counted as the two Republican U.S. Senate candidates held on to slim leads after being behind the Democrats most of the evening after polls closed. As of 11 p.m., with about 91% of the votes counted, Senator Kelly Loeffler was ahead of Reverend Raphael Warnock, 51.1 to 48.9%, and Senator David Perdue was ahead of John Ossoff, 51.5 to 48.5%. That's a 3% lead. That's pretty good. Update just confirmed Chatham County is done counting votes for the night. The Board of Elections Annex building is empty. Workers say they'll be back at 8 a.m. Still thousands of votes to be counted. So here we have another issue, right? Did they stop counting? Is there someone inside this place late at night that's feeding ballots into a machine? We don't know that yet, right? But we have something suspicious here again. Chatham County's closed down. They don't want to keep counting votes. And you're supposed to count the votes till they're done, right? They should have stayed counting. They shouldn't have stopped. Who gave that order? Quote, in Democratic-leaning Chatham, the vote counting appears on hiatus for the night. Still thousands of outstanding ballots remaining to be tallied there. It's like conspiracy theory gasoline. So here we go again, right? Here we go again. So I'll have to see how that plays out. Why did they stop the count in Chatham? Did they realize that they were both about to lose that county and they couldn't allow that, so they had to freeze the vote so they can inject more ballots? We don't know that yet, but we have to see how it plays out. Sketchy. CNN and ABC News removed 5,000 Perdue votes during live broadcast. So we've seen that before, right? They did it again. So I watched this video. It's a little bit hard to see, so I'm not going to bother playing it. You can go look it up yourself. I mean, I've already, I think, shared 2 or 3 different videos of CNN doing this. I'm not surprised, and it's not that shocking. Perdue's vote tally was at 2,130,535, and he went down to 2,125,535. So they're snatching votes again on live TV. So they got caught again, right? I think that's the 4th or 5th time. This is the actual incident. I don't know if we could see it. It's only like 3 seconds. Let's see if we could see it. So it looks like Perdue's at 2,135,535, and Ossoff is at 2,110,529. So let's see if we could see it. Boom, there it is. He goes down 5,000. Wow, they got it perfect. So yeah, you got caught again, CNN. Nice. Breaking. President Trump tweets out big news in Pennsylvania. State senators asked for election certification to be delayed due to questionable activities, quote unquote, by Cassandra Fairbanks. I think we covered this, right? Sorry, guys. Yeah, so that's a big deal. Gabe Sterling says Georgia election will allow extra 3 hours to process mail-in ballots until 3 a.m. Final results may take a couple of days. But you already shut down one county, so why'd you do that, right? And this guy's definitely complicit in this, is my view. He's making $200,000 salary. He's a private contractor who doesn't work for the actual government. and therefore his correspondence with the government I don't think is available to Freedom of Information Act stuff. In other words, if you work for the government, all your emails go through the the server for the government and the state government so that it's recorded and it's on record. This guy is, I think, put in as a side person for some reason. He's getting paid a humongous amount of money, and he's the one that's handling all the voting stuff. So, Gabe Sterling said counting of the mail-in ballots for the runoff will go through the night and into early morning. To be clear, Gabe Sterling is not employed by the Georgia Secretary of State's office. He's an independent contractor. Yeah, so they brought this guy in. Is he the fall guy? I don't know. We'll see. That's what I'm thinking he is. Trump warns Antifa, stay out of Washington, D.C. Puts them on notice. Yeah, I would stay out if I were them. A lot of people gonna be looking to hurt you there. So, I'd watch your back. And everybody should, right? That's a big deal. When you're in crowds like this, and I was at the big New York protest, the anti-war protest years ago, I think in 2002 or 3. That was only about maybe 500,000 people. But wow, what a feeling that was when you're in the middle of all that and you got 400,000 or 500,000 people behind you. That's power. That's power, man. And there was no violence at that particular incident, but I just remember the amount of people is going to way dwarf these guys. So what I'm expecting them to do is probably just hide around in the background and look to pick off people when they're alone. So watch yourself. Keep situational awareness around you at all times, which means watch your back. Know who's behind you and always be looking around you. You got to have your head on a swivel in this thing, man. People come up behind you, sucker punch you, and snuff you right out. So just watch your back, stay safe, have your camera on, and, be situationally aware, as I say. All right, friends? So let's check this out. This woman tracked down Mr. Romney in the airport, and she wasn't too happy with him. So let's see what happens when a person exercises their right to express their displeasure with their politicians. This Mitt Romney.
How you doing?
Put your mask on.
Don't tell me what to do.
Please put your mask on. It's required by law in this airport.
I'm standing 6 feet away.
I'm sorry. It's required in this
Okay, I'll
airport.
tell you what, because you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it because I want to have a chat with you. Why aren't you supporting President Trump?
I do support things President Trump does. I agree with.
You're not supporting him.
I'm sorry. I do agree with many of the things he is for, and I support those things.
Are you going to support him in the fraudulent vote
The
system?
election? No, I'm not.
Why not?
Because I didn't get a chance to hear my remarks in Congress. It's going to be a real long
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
It's a long story, but we have a constitution. The constitutional process is clear. I'll follow the constitution, and I'll explain all that when we meet in Congress this week.
Well, you haven't supported him, and you didn't even support him in the election.
No, I did not.
Why?
For reasons I explained at the time.
You were voted in as a conservative to represent the conservative constituents. Period.
Actually, that's not how the Constitution works.
It is. You're voted in to represent us. You work for us. Am I wrong?
I work for the people of Utah.
Exactly. And I am from Utah.
Yes, well, but you're not the only one.
I voted. I know. There's a lot of people that didn't vote for you. We'll make sure of that one.
Of course I'll be fired. That's totally perfect.
You admit it. You know it. You know it's coming.
They didn't want you in there anyway. So to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't even voted in legally.
Trump is a juggernaut. Your legacy is nothing.
You're a joke. Absolute joke. It's a disgusting shame.
You don't want to
And
hear it.
your little friend Cox too is also. You know what? He assaulted me last night. Cox did.
Might want to change it.
So there it is, right? I mean, these people are getting the shit from everybody now, and they deserve to, and it's justified and it's correct, right? You know, you rule by the consent of the governed, and this guy has been nothing but an anti-Trump person from the whole time, and you saw him go in to beg Trump for a job though when he got in, right? He was willing to go. This guy is a real deep state player. Go dig him and his dad. If you go dig into him and his dad, you'll find all kinds of interesting stuff. I'll leave him alone. Then Romney goes on to the flight to D.C. filled with patriots who chanted traitor and grilled him about his ties to Biden. So he really got the business the whole way to D.C. They made sure that Romney didn't forget. Let's see if we can get this as their video here. Mitt Romney in a flight full of patriots on their way to D.C. This is classic, man. Classic. Let's check this out. This is from Non Temebo Mala. It doesn't want to load. The man doesn't want us to see it. What's happening? It doesn't want to play. Sorry, guys. I really want to see this. Okay. I guess we get the picture. People are angry. And I do think he's a traitor, so. What else do we got? So Romney's a traitor. He's being given his just desserts, I guess you could say. Sorry guys, my computer's getting a little messed up. I got a lot of windows open here. What was this one? Let's see if we could see it. Is this the same one? Police escort Fox News voter out as he Fox News reporter out. I had this queued up.
Fox News sucks!
Fox News sucks.
Fox News sucks! 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 Nova! Fox News sucks! Yeah, chill with the police. I'm a fucking coward. Oh, yeah! Go hang out with BLM, you fucking weirdo!
Okay. Fox News reporter had to be escorted out. People aren't happy with Fox News, right? They turned on us. They said they made us think one way, and then they really showed their true colors, as far as I'm concerned, and they turned on us. So that's that. It's getting a little bit hectic down in D.C., and it's probably going to get a little more hectic as the day goes on, I'm assuming. GOP state senators in Pennsylvania prevent swearing in of Democratic incumbent. From Just the News. The seat will not make or break the GOP majority in the state, as Republicans control 28 of that body's 50 seats. So GOP state senators in PA have prevented the swearing in on Tuesday of Democratic incumbent state senator Jim Brewster, whose slim 69-vote win in the election contest has been certified but is also contested. This guy won by 69 votes? That's almost impossible in a state that size. But that's what they did. So we'll have to see if they redo this seat. Are they going to recount this properly? There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, guys. Of course, we got Pence coming today. I think that's at 1 o'clock. I'm going to try to, whenever the hearing starts, I'm going to record it. And even if it goes 4 or 5 hours, I'm going to try to get the whole thing up online and in its entirety. So that's why I'm doing this report right now, because I'll probably be, as soon as that starts, I'm going to be kind of like dealing with that all day. So definitely I'm sure that's going to be watched probably more than the whole Super Bowl than anything. That's going to be the most watched thing ever, I think. No Republican observers are present at Fulton County Tabulation Center, screens facing away from media pen. So you can't even see what these people are doing. There's no, apparently, Republican observers at all there for some reason. We don't know why. Again, Fulton County is that big county we're having the issue with, right? And you heard in Trump's phone call with Raffensperger yesterday, the Washington Post tried to selectively edit that and say, oh, well, yeah, Trump's just trying to get votes and find votes. What he did was he showed him the smallest amount of things that could get him that, to make it easier for Raffensperger not to look like such a criminal, right? He's giving him the out, and he wouldn't take it. That's my take on it. And so Raffensperger's going to go down with the ship. He easily had those votes just from the Ruby Freeman incident, right? If that's in fact true that she fed those through 3 times, and each person did, as we saw in the video, and that's confirmed. But Trump said something interesting. He said, we have technology that can zoom in on this even more. And we zoomed in and we saw that every single one of the ballots that Ruby Freeman and those people in Georgia were putting in were for Biden, every single one. Now, if that's true, and it's just the 18,001 pass, right? That's enough for Trump to win. So that's what Trump is saying is, I have so many different ways. I have this 11,000. All you got to do is admit that one of these things happened and give me and turn it over. But he wouldn't do it. So he gave him the out. And now he's going to go down with the ship. So we'll see what happens with Fulton County, right? I don't know why nobody's there, but it's starting to look suspicious. And again, you have both the Democrats were ahead at one point in this evening, it looked like. Towards the late part of the evening, you have both the Republicans. It appeared that they were both ahead. And now all of a sudden, it's getting sketchy again. Senator Ted Cruz will object to Arizona's election results. Okay, a lot of people are going to object, is what I've heard. Many people. So we'll see how many actually do. Here we go again. DeKalb County, Georgia is rescanning advanced ballots because of memory card issue. So here we go again, right? Scandal-plagued DeKalb County is rescanning advanced ballots in Georgia's Senate race because of a memory card issue. So now you're rescanning votes. Well, how do we know that you're doing it correctly now, right? How do we know that you didn't somehow change the result of the other total that may have been for Trump or whatever? We don't know, but we don't know what the other total was, right? Scan them till you win them is Georgia's motto. Quote, due to technical issues, the remaining 19,000 ballots must be manually scanned in order to be tabulated and added to the total vote count. Georgia's voting system provides built-in safeguards in the form of paper ballots that allow us to quickly process ballots that are electronically cast. The county said in a statement shared by Alec McQuaid of 11 Alive News, these outstanding paper ballots are currently being scanned and the tabulation will be completed as quickly as possible and in compliance with state guidelines. All right, we'll see. There's 19,000 ballots got to be scanned again. We got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. I thought this was a crazy article coming out of Zero Hedge, Tyler Durden. Chinese soldiers outfitted with digital combat device that has self-destruction mode. And this started to make me think, if these guys are all chipped, is that how they're doing it? Remember in the Mission Impossible, one of those movies where like they went in to save the agent and then they get her out and she's got the chip in her head and like boom, they just flip that switch and she just terminates, right? Just does a little mini explosion in your head and you're dead. So I wonder if that's what this is, or if they have some kind of tech on their body armor that just is like a claymore or something that just blows them up. I don't know. So anyway, I just thought that was a weird article. So yeah, guys, we're headed into, is today the day of days? What's Pence going to do? It all seems to be riding on what Pence does this afternoon, right? So we're going to wait to see how it all plays out. I'll be covering it and trying to put that up online later. It's going to take a while, but we'll do it. And I wish you well. And if you're down in D.C., stay frosty and keep your situational awareness and stay safe, everybody, all right? And I wish everybody a good, wonderful day and peace and love to you. This is Ash, WAT News, signing off for now.